Hello and welcome to day 21 of Black History Month, 28 Days of Black Excellence. I would love if you could just put in the comments if you can hear me. I'm trying out a new setup. I would love to know if it's working out. Just put something in the comments. Yes, we can hear you. I am Faith Amour and I'm your host, and today we are going into the world of music. I'm wondering if you know this woman. Let's take a look. Nina Simone. She was a musical force of nature, and let's learn more about her. Well, she was born February 21st, 1933. And I just want to welcome you on this journey of her life. She was an accomplished Black female pianist turned singer, arranger, composer, civil rights activist. But let's begin from the beginning. She was born and raised in Tryon, North Carolina, and she was destined to be a pianist. She was raised by her parents, who were ministers, so they were kind of like pastors, preachers in the church. And so as the sixth of 8 kids, she got her first opportunities to perform in church. Though she would become a musician that used jazz and blues and folk, R&B and pop, she actually had her roots in gospel music. So she had dreams of becoming a classical pianist, and she worked really hard towards that. Her church supported her through fundraisers and recitals. And at one recital, this is an interesting story, her parents were actually removed from the front row, and she stopped the recital. She found that completely unacceptable, and she refused to continue until they were returned to their rightful place. And this was just a foreshadowing of her life to come. Nina didn't let these hardships bother her. She had a goal, and it was the Curtis Institute of Music. She attended a summer program at Juilliard to prepare for this and moved everyone. Her whole family moved to Philadelphia, and they were really expecting her to get in. And after a really great performance at the audition, they were shocked to find out that she actually didn't get accepted to the school. And for all of her life, she believed that the reason that this happened was because she was Black, and they reconsidered that once they actually met her. So now Nina had her whole family come out to this new city, uprooted their lives, and they had to kind of start over without the main thing, which was her being in that school as their foundation. So Nina had to somehow get work and make money for this new place. She decided to play piano in Atlantic City, and let's go there. Yes, but This was at a Midtown bar and grill, but she knew that her very conservative religious parents, ministers, would not want their lovely daughter playing in a bar and grill in Atlantic City. So she ended up changing her name so that they wouldn't find out. And the owner there at the Midtown said, you know what? Yep, great playing, but you have to sing if you want to keep this gig. So she ended up starting to sing for that reason. And that's how she kept her job. Her name changed to Nina Simone. She hid her identity and she became a pianist and singer. After a and her performance style, you need to go on YouTube or get some old videos and just check out how Nina performs. It's completely unique, completely intense and impressive. Her skill on the piano with her classical training, but also the passion, the intensity, everything that she does is hers, is quintessentially hers. So this was very attractive to many people. And so she did marry a few times. She married a Swiss man for a very short amount of time. And then she met the police detective, Andrew Stroud. And their marriage wasn't perfect, but he actually ended up managing her. And he accomplished a lot for her. When she was young, she knew that she wasn't a conventional beauty, so she used everything else that she had, regardless of colorism, regardless of anything, to draw people to her. Ooh, tech, tech, tech. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. There we go. All right, so it was pretty much in 1968 when MLK was assassinated that she had a very intense experience of what is going on. What can I do about this? I'm going to speak out. And so she began to be part of marches. She was supportive before this. She was supportive of civil rights leaders and those who would speak out, and she would begin to speak out as well in her music. This was new for her. Her song Mississippi GD was her first protest song, and it wasn't the last. In fact, she continued to use protest music in her performances from there on, and she was a little bit more like Malcolm X than like MLK. As she became more and more political, her husband didn't appreciate that because he could tell that the performance opportunities were changing, diminishing, the more that she spoke out. And he also became more and more violent towards her and less supportive of her career. But she wouldn't stop. So that relationship did end. But her unabashed activism was something that she has become known for. And although it affected her career, she found other ways to live. She found that America just wasn't the place for her anymore. So she lived in many nations. In Liberia, in Africa, in Barbados, she had an affair with a very high-ranking official. You can look that up. America wasn't really her home anymore, although she had a daughter that knew it as her home. Paris and the south of France became where she felt the most free, the most that she could be herself. And anyone who wanted to be in her life had to find their way there. So altogether, her life is just, it can't be summed up in just a few moments. It's absolutely something for you to look into with regards to the documentaries that have come out about her, the biographical films, many of them recent within the last 3 to 5 years. There have been plays, one-woman plays, other kinds of plays. There's a street in the Netherlands in her name. She's in the North Carolina Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the United States. 4 Grammy nominations, 2 of which she lost out to Aretha Franklin, which I thought was like stunning. 19 studio albums, 14 live albums, an honorary doctorate from the Curtis Institute. Like, this lady was absolutely, indisputed. I'm not sure, but she was a rock star, and she was appreciated to a certain degree during her life because speaking out with regards to civil rights at that time was still controversial, to the point where it could diminish your career prospects. But today, she's revered as a civil rights activist, and it's one of the things that draws people most to her. In fact, I believe that people, especially artists, singers, are more apt to speak out on social and political issues because of her courage to do so. And there are many of the singers and musicians, artists that we know and love that count her as one of their idols, icons, examples. So, the challenge: what can you do today in the spirit of Nina Simone? How can we use our art to say something important, or something that is important to us? I challenge you to be the first, be the best, be the one we talk about for years to come. Let me know in the comments what about her story stuck out for you, or what other stories you might know about Nina Simone. And yeah, I'm really excited to present the music of Nina Simone this weekend on Sunday, the final day of February 28th. I'll be presenting some of the songs that I performed last year. My last show before the event, before COVID, was a Nina Simone tribute show. And so I look forward to sharing some of those songs with all of you as our roundup for our 28 days of Black excellence. So today we learned about Nina Simone, a singer whose passion and intensity influenced generations. If you enjoyed the program, hit the like button, share this with a friend. We look back so we can look forward to a better world. Catch you very soon, where we'll talk about another event or person in Black history. Adios.